Implementing divine will, the mission of the 144,000 post-Psalm 82 revelation, the continuation of a divine mandate. In the sacred tapestry of biblical prophecy, few concepts are as compelling and enigmatic as the 144,000 and their connection to divine justice. In the book of Revelation, this group is depicted as a collective chosen to serve a unique and powerful purpose in the unfolding of God's plan. Psalm 82, on the other hand, provides a glimpse into the responsibilities of a divine council charged with upholding justice and governance on earth. But what happens after the divine directives are issued? How are these ancient mandates implemented in the modern world? And what role do the 144,000 play in bringing divine will to fruition? As we continue our exploration from the previous discussion on Psalm 82, we now turn our focus to the practical implications of this mission. The journey of the 144,000 does not end with their selection. It is just the beginning of a profound and transformative task that spans time and space, affecting both the spiritual and material realms. This text delves into the mission that the 144,000 are expected to undertake following the revelations of Psalm 82. We will explore how these chosen ones are to enforce the principles of divine justice and governance among nations, mirroring the directives given to the divine council in the psalm. Furthermore, we will examine the strategies they might employ, the challenges they are likely to face, and the spiritual significance of their role in today's world. By understanding how these ancient prophetic roles manifest in the contemporary era, we can gain deeper insights into their impact on global spiritual awakening and societal transformation. The transition from divine revelation to earthly mission. The mission of the 144,000, as outlined in the book of Revelation, is often viewed through a lens of divine mysticism, shrouded in symbolic language and spiritual prophecy. However, to understand their role post-Psalm 82, it is essential to bridge the gap between the celestial directives they receive and the tangible, earthly missions they are to undertake. This transition from divine revelation to practical implementation is both complex and profound, demanding a deep commitment to the principles of justice and governance as ordained by the divine. From vision to action, the role of the 144,000. The book of Revelation presents the 144,000 as those who have been sealed and set apart for a divine purpose. Their role, however, extends beyond mere symbolism. It is about actualizing the divine will on earth. In Psalm 82, the divine council is called upon to uphold justice, defend the weak, and correct the injustices that plague humanity. This mandate is now carried forward by the 144,000, who are tasked with ensuring that these principles are manifested in the physical world. Their mission is not abstract. It involves tangible actions that influence the course of human history. These chosen ones are expected to lead by example, embodying the highest standards of righteousness and integrity. They are to be the living embodiment of divine will, acting as intermediaries between heaven and earth, bringing the lofty ideals of divine justice into the practical realities of governance, leadership, and societal transformation. The spiritual authority of the 144,000. One of the key aspects of the 144,000's mission is their spiritual authority. This authority is not derived from earthly power structures, but from their direct connection to the divine. The sealing they receive in Revelation symbolizes this connection, marking them as instruments of God's will. Unlike the divine beings in Psalm 82, who faltered in their responsibilities, the 144,000 are expected to succeed where others have failed, fulfilling the divine mandate with unwavering commitment. This spiritual authority grants them the power to influence both the spiritual and material realms. They are charged with correcting injustices, guiding nations, and leading humanity towards a new era of peace and righteousness. Their actions are not merely symbolic. They have real-world consequences, affecting the governance of nations and the spiritual evolution of humanity as a whole. Implementing divine will in a modern context. In the contemporary world, the mission of the 144,000 takes on new dimensions. The principles of justice and governance outlined in Psalm 82 must be adapted to address the complexities of modern society. This involves not only confronting traditional forms of injustice, but also navigating the challenges posed by globalization, technological advancements, and the interconnectedness of nations. The 144,000 are tasked with bringing about a transformation that aligns the world with divine principles. This requires a deep understanding of both the spiritual and material forces at play. Their mission involves addressing issues such as poverty, inequality, environmental degradation, and moral decay, all within the framework of divine justice. By applying the timeless principles of Psalm 82 to the modern world, the 144,000 play a crucial role in ushering in a new order based on righteousness and divine governance. The strategies for enforcing divine justice. As the 144,000 transition from divine revelation to earthly mission, one of their primary tasks is to develop and implement strategies that align with the principles of divine justice outlined in Psalm 82. These strategies are not merely theoretical. They must be practical and adaptable to the diverse and complex challenges of the modern world. The success of their mission depends on their ability to apply spiritual wisdom in a way that addresses real-world issues and promotes global transformation. Spiritual leadership and moral authority. The first and perhaps most critical strategy for the 144,000 is to establish themselves as spiritual leaders and moral authorities. This is not about wielding power in the traditional sense, but about guiding humanity through example, wisdom, and integrity. The 144,000 must demonstrate the virtues they seek to instill in society: justice, compassion, humility, and righteousness. Their leadership is rooted in their spiritual authority, which grants them the ability to influence others not through force, but through inspiration. By living according to the highest standards of divine will, they become beacons of light in a world often overshadowed by darkness. Their presence alone serves as a catalyst for change, encouraging others to adopt the principles of justice and righteousness in their own lives. Advocacy for the oppressed and marginalized. Another key strategy involves advocating for the oppressed and marginalized, those whom the divine beings in Psalm 82 were charged to protect. The 144,000 are called to be the voice for the voiceless, standing up against injustices that have been perpetuated by corrupt systems and structures. This advocacy takes many forms, from direct action and intervention to raising awareness and fostering dialogue about the issues that affect the most vulnerable. In the modern context, this could involve addressing systemic inequalities, such as those related to race, gender, and economic status. It might also mean challenging the exploitation of natural resources and advocating for the rights of the earth itself. The 144,000 must be willing to confront the powers that be, demanding accountability and pushing for reforms that reflect divine justice. Building alliances and collaborative networks. The mission of the 144,000 is too vast to be accomplished in isolation. They must build alliances and collaborative networks with like-minded individuals, organizations, and movements that share their commitment to justice and righteousness. This strategy of collaboration allows them to amplify their impact, reaching a broader audience and affecting change on a larger scale. These alliances are not just with those who share their spiritual beliefs, but with anyone who is committed to the principles of justice, equality, and compassion. By working together, the 144,000 can create a united front against the forces of injustice, pooling their resources, knowledge, and influence to bring about meaningful and lasting change. The challenges and obstacles ahead. While the mission of the 144,000 is divinely ordained, it is not without its challenges. The path to implementing divine will on earth is fraught with obstacles, both spiritual and material. Understanding these challenges is crucial for the 144,000 as they navigate their mission in a world that is often resistant to change and hostile to the principles they seek to uphold. Spiritual opposition and warfare. One of the most significant challenges the 144,000 will face is spiritual opposition. Just as the divine council in Psalm 82 encountered forces that resisted justice, the 144,000 will likely confront spiritual entities and energies that seek to undermine their mission. This opposition can manifest in many forms, including deception, distraction, and direct attacks on their character or integrity. To overcome this, the 144,000 must be spiritually fortified, maintaining a strong connection to the divine through prayer, meditation, and other spiritual practices. They must also be vigilant, discerning the subtle tactics of the opposition and responding with wisdom and grace. Spiritual warfare is a reality of their mission, and they must be prepared to stand firm in their commitment to divine justice, even in the face of adversity, resistance from earthly powers. In addition to spiritual opposition, the 144,000 will also face resistance from earthly powers, governments, corporations, and institutions that benefit from the status quo. These entities may view the 144,000 as a threat to their power and may attempt to discredit, suppress, or co-opt their efforts. Navigating this resistance requires a combination of courage, strategy, and diplomacy. The 144,000 must be wise as serpents and gentle as doves, knowing when to confront and when to collaborate. They must also be prepared to endure persecution, remaining steadfast in their mission despite the pressures to conform or retreat. The internal struggles of the 144,000. Finally, the 144,000 must contend with their own internal struggles. The weight of their mission, the isolation that often accompanies spiritual leadership, and the constant demands for justice can lead to burnout, doubt, and despair. Maintaining balance between their spiritual duties and their own well-being is essential for sustaining their mission in the long term. The 144,000 must cultivate a strong support system, relying on each other for encouragement and strength. They must also engage in regular self-care, ensuring that they are physically, emotionally, and spiritually healthy. By addressing these internal challenges, the 144,000 can continue to serve effectively and fulfill their divine mandate. The spiritual significance of the 144,000's mission. As we consider the mission of the 144,000 in light of the challenges they face, it is important to reflect on the deeper spiritual significance of their work. Their mission is not just about enforcing justice. It is about contributing to a larger, cosmic plan for the spiritual evolution of humanity and the redemption of the earth. The role of the 144,000 in global spiritual awakening. The 144,000 are not merely agents of justice. They are also catalysts for global spiritual awakening. Their actions, guided by divine will, serve as a wake-up call to humanity, reminding us of the higher principles that should govern our lives. Through their leadership, advocacy, and example, the 144,000 help to raise the collective consciousness, encouraging others to align with divine principles and participate in the creation of a just and compassionate world. This awakening is not just about intellectual understanding. It is a transformative process that touches the soul. The presence and work of the 144,000 inspire others to embark on their own spiritual journeys, seeking truth, justice, and unity with the divine. In this way, the 144,000 play a pivotal role in the spiritual evolution of humanity, guiding us towards a higher state of being. The impact on societal transformation. On a societal level, the mission of the 144,000 has the potential to bring about profound transformation. By addressing systemic injustices, advocating for the marginalized, and promoting sustainable practices, they help to create a society that reflects the values of the divine kingdom. Their work is not just about correcting the wrongs of the past. It is about laying the foundation for a new order where justice, peace, and righteousness prevail. The societal transformation they seek to bring about is not limited to external changes in laws or policies. It is also about transforming the hearts and minds of people. The 144,000 understand that true justice begins within, and that lasting change can only occur when individuals are spiritually awakened and committed to living according to divine principles. The ripple effect of divine justice. As the 144,000 carry out their mission to enforce divine justice and governance, their actions create a ripple effect that extends far beyond the immediate impact of their work. This ripple effect is not only felt in the spiritual realm but also manifests in the physical world, influencing individuals, communities, and nations. Understanding this ripple effect is crucial to comprehending the full scope of the 144,000's mission and its significance for global transformation. The spread of spiritual awareness. One of the most profound ripple effects of the 144,000's mission is the spread of spiritual awareness. As these chosen ones lead by example and embody the principles of divine justice, their influence naturally extends to those around them. People who come into contact with the 144,000 are often inspired to reevaluate their own lives, question the status quo, and seek a deeper understanding of their spiritual purpose. This spread of awareness is not limited to those who directly encounter the 144,000. Through their actions, teachings, and the example they set, a broader spiritual awakening begins to take place. Individuals start to recognize the interconnectedness of all life, the importance of living in alignment with divine will, and the need to address the injustices that exist in the world. This collective shift in consciousness is a key component of the global transformation that the 144,000 are working to bring about. Societal shifts and structural changes. In addition to the spiritual awakening they inspire, the 144,000 also contribute to significant societal shifts and structural changes. Their advocacy for justice, equality, and sustainability challenges the existing power structures and promotes the development of new systems that are more just and equitable. This can lead to reforms in areas such as governance, economics, environmental stewardship, and social justice. The ripple effect of their work can be seen in the way communities begin to organize around principles of fairness and compassion, pushing for policies and practices that reflect these values. Over time, these changes accumulate, leading to a broader transformation of society as a whole. The influence of the 144,000 helps to dismantle systems of oppression and replace them with structures that uphold the dignity and rights of all people. The long-term impact on future generations. The work of the 144,000 is not only for the present, but also for future generations. The foundations they lay in terms of spiritual principles, justice, and governance will serve as a guiding light for those who come after them. As these values become more deeply ingrained in society, future generations will inherit a world that is more aligned with divine will, where the principles of justice and righteousness are upheld as the norm. This long-term impact is perhaps the most significant aspect of the ripple effect. By planting the seeds of change now, the 144,000 ensure that their mission will continue to bear fruit long after they have completed their work. Their legacy is one of hope and renewal, a testament to the power of divine justice to bring about lasting transformation, the interconnectedness of all actions. Finally, the ripple effect of the 144,000's mission underscores the interconnectedness of all actions. Every decision, every act of justice, and every effort to align with divine will contribute to a larger tapestry of change. The 144,000 understand that their mission is not isolated. It is part of a greater cosmic plan that involves all of creation. This understanding reinforces their commitment to their work, as they recognize that even the smallest actions can have far-reaching consequences. It also serves as a reminder to all of us that we, too, are part of this interconnected web of life. Our actions, no matter how small, contribute to the overall mission of bringing about divine justice and transforming the world for the better. The mission of the 144,000, as we have explored, is both a profound responsibility and a divine privilege. They are called to enforce the principles of justice, lead by spiritual authority, and inspire a global awakening that will transform society at its core. Their journey is one of courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to the divine will. As we reflect on the role of the 144,000, it is important to remember that their mission is not theirs alone. While they may be specially chosen, the principles they embody, justice, compassion, spiritual integrity, are universal and call out to each of us. We are all invited to participate in the divine mandate to create a just and compassionate world. Begin by examining your own life. Where can you promote justice, be it in your community, workplace, or personal relationships? How can you align your actions more closely with the principles of divine will? Engage with others who share your commitment to justice and righteousness. Build alliances, foster dialogue, and work together to create meaningful change in your society. Finally, deepen your spiritual practices. Whether through prayer, meditation, or study, seek to strengthen your connection with the divine. Let this connection guide your actions and inform your understanding of justice and leadership in the world. The mission of the 144,000 is ongoing, and the call to action extends to all of us. Together, we can fulfill the divine mandate and contribute to the spiritual evolution of humanity and the transformation of our world.